So, hi guys, welcome in this tutorial. My name is Farrell Ganaki. I'm an AI software developer, and yes, I'm going to introduce you guys to Next.js 15. By the way, it's my first tutorial, my first video ever. I'm not really comfortable in front of the camera yet, but I'm going to introduce guys to Next.js 15 by doing a series of tutorials. So it's going to be a playlist about Next.js 15. We are going to start by a simple project like a shopping cart, and I'm going to increase the level bit by bit for each video. So subscribe so you're not going to miss the other videos. So as I say, it's going to be a playlist of probably 5 videos, and if you go through them, you are going to master Next.js 15. And by the way, in the description there is a roadmap that I followed personally to go from a simple AI engineer who knew almost nothing about web development to someone who can craft fully fledged full stack applications with AI and Next.js right now. I did it in a matter of five months. So if you're interested, you can get the roadmap in the description. So without wasting more time, let's jump right in. So this right there is the application we're going to build. I mean, it's not really an application, but the shopping cart we are going to build, and I took it from Frontend Mentor. That's where I practice. Sometimes, most of when I want to practice, I just go to Frontend Mentor. They have some great project over there. So that's what we are going to build. But I've already did it, and that's the final result. That's what we are going to do. As you can see, it's a shopping cart. I'm going to do you a demo. We have some items, okay, right there, and you can add to the cart. It's going to be added there. You can increase. There we have the total count, okay. You can add another one, as many as you want. Then you can confirm your order. We have this modal over there, and yeah, that's it. After that, you can just start a new order. That's what we're going to do. So as I said, I've already built it in my GitHub. I already did it 1 week ago. So we are going to record it. I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to walk you through it. Okay. So I've already created a blank folder there. Oh, what's going on? I already created a blank folder there. Oh, I didn't open the folder yet, so let me open the folder. I'm going to open the folder. Tutorial. Okay, now we have a folder. And now we are going to create a brand new Next.js app, okay? So it goes like npx. By the way, the Next.js 15 is already out. It's already stable. It's only React 19 who is still in release candidate mode. It's not stable yet. Create Next app, latest, and then that to create it in my current folder. And then we are going to wait. Yes, I want to use TypeScript. Yes, I want to use ESLint. Yes, Tailwind CSS. Yes. I'm just going to keep everything on default. Okay. And now we are just waiting that the application starts. And by the way, I think you guys know that Next.js 15 is coupled with React 19, but React 19 is not completely out yet. It's in release candidate, so it's not stable. So, which means there are a lot of libraries. If you use React 19 right now, you might not be able to use a lot of libraries. So, because it's not stable and it's going to cause a lot of errors during production. So, that's why in this project we are going to use React 18 just for this project. But we are going to use React 18 with Nest 15. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, just that React 19 has more feature. And when it's going to be completely out, maybe I will do another tutorial solely for React 19. Okay. But I don't know. It's probably going to be. I'm probably going to be only 5 tutorials about Next.js because I'm building this startup right now, and my primary goal is after doing the tutorial, I'm going to start making videos about my startup and how I'm building stuff. So here in the package JSON, we have the dependencies. We are going to change the React 19 release candidate version with React 18. I forgot I'm just gonna look back at what I did, yes, to see, okay, yeah, I used the last version, React 18 2.0, so I'm just going to copy that, React 18 2.0, and again, as I said, is to not have a bunch of errors in our application where we are going to import some libraries like Zustand, for example, to manage the state. If we use just React 19, it might work, but we have to do a lot of tricks to make it work, which is not convenient, especially in production. So we are going to wait until React 19 is stable. Okay, so now I'm just going to do npm run dev. I'm going to wait for the application to start. Oh, it's already reading my bad. I'm not focused. Okay, so it's starting. I mean, why is it so slow? It's weird, right? Right? Okay, now we have an Next.js application. First things first, I'm going to come to the source folder, page layouts. I'm going to remove everything in the page.txt. Okay, I'm going to remove everything here. Okay, what did I do? I said I'm going to, okay. I'm going to remove everything. I'm just going to put a random div there, okay? Just a div. Then okay, I'm going to delete image. Then the layout. I mean, we are going to modify the layout later, but I'm going to come to global CSS and I'm going to delete all these CSS, and now we have a white page. So what I like to do, I like to first kind of set up what my application is going to look like. So we have the fonts here, we have the app, and we are going to have some components. But I like to set up what the application is going to look. So first of all, let's create a main that's going to contain everything. We have some suggestions from Copilot. Okay, we have an error because, okay, why do we have this error? Actually, I don't understand why we have this error, which is weird, but okay. Return main. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, I understand why we have this error now. I was not closing the p tag. I mean, that's not what we are going to do. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now, let's create a section, okay? I'm going to have my, okay? Let's create a section, okay? This is going to be our section, okay? That's what I did here. Okay. In this section, we are going to have the H1. We are going to have the search. Okay. And here we are going to have the item list component. Okay, I mean, let's create the component folder already. Component. Okay, and here let's create the item list component. Okay, and then the cards component. Okay. Okay. And now we can import this component. I'm going to import item it's weird. Okay, I didn't. Okay, let's here we are going to we are just going to make them component empty, because if they are empty, we cannot import them. Okay, we are going to come back later to do the code for these components. Okay, so now I can import my component. Okay, first of all, item list, and then cart. Perfect. Okay, but let's go back to the layout page. Let's change the background color. Okay, as I said, I'm going to use my previous code. Okay, let's add a class here. The background color was amber. Okay, amber 50 with 50% opacity. Okay, now we can see that the background color has changed, which is cool. Now here in the item list we have, I think the next time what I'm going to do, instead of building the project first, I'm just going to build the project on the fly. I'm just going to build the project on the fly. That's what I'm going to do, instead of doing it once and then coming back to reload it. Okay, so you can see my whole process from the ground up. Okay, so, and now let's style a little bit. We can put the text on large. just, okay, first of all, the H1 should be, for some time I just forgot the Tailwind classes. So let's come back to, you know what, I'm going to split my screens in 3 parts. This is going to be there, and there we are going to have our application. Perfect. Okay, so let's make the font bold, then test 3XL. Okay, and okay, that's it for now. And now, first of all, let's work on the item list. Okay, we are going to display this. Okay, so what we have the front-end mentor. They come with, I'm going to open the folder. When you download the starter, they give you this folder, okay, which contain everything you need. And here you have the assets. What I mean by the assets are basically, let's say, the images you need. Okay, there you have your assets, and then you have a data.json file. The data.json file basically contains the data. Okay, and what we can do, for example, is add this data.json file. We can, okay, that's the data.json file, and what we can do, for example, is we can add it in the database, but we are not going to do this in this tutorial. We are going to do that in the next tutorial. For example, the goal of this first tutorial is to get a grasp of Nest 15. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the image. No, you know what, I'm going to delete the font. I'm going to delete the font folder, and I'm going to take the assets folder, and I'm going to put it in our current folders so we can have access to the images. I have to put it in the public folder, and it has to be, okay, assets. Wait, yes, I'm going to delete everything that's in the public folder just to have my assets folder. So just to have my assets folder. So I'm going to delete everything, and then I'm going to paste. Okay, my asset folder is there. I'm going to create, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. And now, as you can see, we have the assets folder, and I'm going to create another file, which is a no jkill file. It's just like to have the assets right. It's not going to ignore the points in the path. And what I'm going to do next, okay, we have our data.json files, right? I'm going to create a lib.folder, not util, I said lib. I'm looking for my lib folder. What's going on? Wait, just give me. Okay, the lib folder. Okay, it's here. Okay, fine. So we are going to create a lib folder, and in this lib folder we are going to have a data.ts. Okay, and this data.ts basically it's the data.json. Okay, but we are not going to use the data.json file. We are going to convert the data.json in just a simple variable in our Next.js project. So export. This is menu items. Okay, and we are going to use Copilot here. But first of all, I have my data.json here. I'm just going to copy it and I'm going to paste it right there. Okay, I'm going to paste it right there. Okay, fine. The only thing, this is the raw data.json file. Okay, but I need to adapt this to my project. So I'm going to ask Copilot. I'm going to tell Copilot add an ID to each item in menu items and remove the dot at the beginning of every path. Okay, it's just to have the right path. It's in our Next.js project. Okay, then I'm going to use cloud sign for that, and as you can see, you are going to see the magic of Copilot. I think you are going to fall behind if you don't use AI to code. I think you guys know, like, I think Google say that 25% of the code is written by AI now. So we are waiting for Copilot to proceed to the matter, and you can see that it's adding an ID to every single item, to every single object, and it's correcting the path like we want it. Okay, so I'm just going to accept it. Okay, this function right there, the get image path, we are going to talk about it later. It's for deployment issue. We are going to use it when we are in deployment in production, but we are going to talk about it later in the video. Okay, so now we have our object, a menu item array. We have our data right there. So now what we are going to do, we are going to try to display it here, and we have our item list component for that. Okay, we have our item list component. Here is the item list component. Okay, what we are going to do, okay, this is the item list component. This whole thing is the item list component. Okay, but in the item list component we have some items. So we are going to create another component for item. Okay, for each item. So we are going to have an item that exists, which is going to be a specific component for the item. I mean, when I started this video, I was stressed, but now it's kind of fluent now. So we have this item right there, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through what I did for the item component here. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to return a list. Okay, and each item is going to be, okay, wait, and each item is going to be an article. Okay, I like what Copilot is suggesting right now, but I'm not going to do it that way. Okay, each item is going to be an article. Okay, and first of all, we have an image. We have and in that article we have image. I'm going to import image from Next.js. Import image from Next.js image. So we have image. Okay, we have image. Okay, let's just define the layout. Okay, we have image and we have an add to cart. We have image, we have an add to cart button. How can I, okay, add to cart button, okay, which are going to be component. No, the image is not going to be a component, but the add to cart button, I'm going to show you. This is the add to cart button right there. It's going to be a component by itself because it's going to have its own state. Okay, so you have to, in the article, that is our article. Okay, the image plus the add to cart button. Okay, but let's continue in our list. In a beautiful list, we're going to have a P, but first of all, we are going to pass item as a prop for the item component, and P, the first P is going to be, okay, it's going to be the category. I mean, it's everything is going to make sense, so don't just follow it on. It's going to be the category. We have an H2, which is going to be the name. And we have another P, which is going to be the price. Okay, just we are going to put the $sign here. Okay, and now image is missing some parameters, and we are going to add these parameters. First thing, I mean, we don't need self-close tag for image. First thing, just, okay, Copilot was, okay, nice. So, yeah. So, the source is going to be item image, but let's look at our data. Our data is, we have the item, we have the image, and then the image itself, it's an object. And we have multiple, how can I say that, multiple paths. We have the desktop image, the thumbnail image, the mobile image, the tablet image. We are going to use the desktop image for this tutorial. So item.image.desktop. And in Next.js, it's mandatory when you use the image tag from Next.js, you have to specify it, and height and width by default. I mean, you can change it later, but we have to specify a default one. Okay. Okay, the closing tag is not self-closing. Yeah. Okay, now we are going to just create the add to cart button. Going to delete this, And yep, we are just going to import it. Okay. Now we have the skeleton for our item component. Now that we have this item component, we can go back to the item list and use this item component. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to import, first of all, our data. We are going to import menu item from data.txt that we have in our lib folder. And we are going to import the item component. Perfect. So what we are going to do, you see, Copilot is already suggesting some stuff. So let's just use what Copilot is suggesting. Here we have a list, an unordered list. We have a menu, we map, and we display the item component. So that right there, that's the result right there. We have our items displaying. We can see the images, the category, the name, and the price that we specified in our item component. I mean, I hope this tutorial is going to be clear because it's my first one. I'm not sure if it's good enough. So if there are some parts that are not really clear, some things that you think I can improve, so please drop a comment and help me improve for you to provide to you more value for the next videos. Okay, so now we have this. What are we going to do next? I mean, for the item, let's add the prop for the item because we are using TypeScript. So type item props. Okay, that's the magic of Copilot. That's exactly what we want. But okay, it's not. I don't know why, but are we not using the ID somewhere? No, we're not using the ID. Okay, I get it. We are using the ID here. We have to pass the ID as a key. Okay. So now let's create it. Okay. Now Copilot is suggesting the right stuff. Perfect. Yes, we have an item object which has an ID, image. Yep, we're just going to use the desktop image. Category, name, price. Perfect. Then we can add the props here. Item props. Perfect. Okay, now that we have our item list, I can reduce Copilot. Let's close that. Let's close the article volume. Let's close that. Let's close that. What I'm going to do, let's finalize the overall layout. Okay, here we are going to have our item list here and our cart there. Okay. So let's do some styling for the cards. Okay. So here is the card component. We are going to return a section. We're going to return a section and I like what Copilot is suggesting, but I think I'm just going to do it my way. #2, we have your card. I mean, you can just put your card here. Your card. And what you are going to do, we are going to change the background color. I'm going to change the background color to white. Okay, and if I go down, I should see. Yeah, I'm seeing right now. Okay. So let's go back to the page section. Let's add some class. Okay, in the main. I hate it. In the main, we are going to add some flex. Okay. Because we have our item list, we are going to have our item list on the left and the card on the right. And flex column means it's going to be column by default on the mobile view. But when the viewport is small or above, it's going to be flex row. Okay, so flex row. Now we have item is here, card here, because the viewport is large, so it's going to be flex row. Okay, let's put gap 20 as I did, margin top 16, and width 80%, the width of the main section, okay, 80%, which is going to be for in Tailwind CSS 10 for under 5. Okay, perfect. I'm going to center them. Okay, this is on the mobile view, but on the large view, we're going to have item start. Okay, perfect. Now let's add more classes. I mean, it's not a CSS class, it's not a CSS tutorial, so I'm just going to add the classes without much explanation. But as I said in the roadmap, I put what I think is if you want to master CSS, the best course from Kevin Powell. It's free by the way, that I did to completely understand and master CSS, and this course is just perfect, just mind-blowing. So I'm just going to add the class name quickly. I'm going to set the width to 2/3 the section, and yep, 3XL right there, and the margin bottom of 8. Perfect. Now let's style our item list. Okay, so we can have 3 items on each row. Okay, here we are going to use grid layout. It's going to be grid, and as I said, we style the mobile view first, so it's going to be grid columns 1, then from small above is going to be grid columns 2, then medium to large is going to be a grade. What's grade colon string and gap of 4. Perfect. Now let's just see if it's working the way we want it to work. Yes. When it's large, it's three columns, and it's medium, it should be 2 columns, and when it's small, it's 1 column. Perfect. Perfect. Now let's one thing I'm going to do. I don't like the font. I'm going to show you guys how to change the fonts in Next.js. The first step is to download the font we want to use. You can use here. I'm going to use the outfit font because I like it very, very, very much. You can download it on Google Fonts, and you can put it in our font folder. Perfect. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to delete the other fonts because I don't like them, and obviously it's going to crash our Next.js application because the other fonts are by default. But we're going to fix it right now, quickly. Where are our layouts? Okay, layout is here. We are going to delete the other fonts. Okay. We're going to set up the outfit font. And here we are going to just I'm going to put outfit. Okay. It's not going to work yet because we have to define it in our global CSS. We have to set here in our body. Our font family should be, because we set where's the layout, because we set the outfit here as a variable, so it's going to be slash font outfit. Now it should work. As you can see, our font now is, I think I'm going to add the other CSS here. As I said, it's not a CSS class. It's not. I'm going to add the other CSS I did here. Just some basic stuff. Okay. And yeah, now we have our font set up. I think we can agree that everything is pretty much done and set up. So what should we do next? I think we are going to work on the add to cart component now. What's going on? I'm sorry, I think I have an issue. Which is weird. I have an issue with the Wi-Fi. Okay, I had an issue with connection with the Wi-Fi. So here we have our add to cart. button. Article component right there. And I think I'm going to I'm thinking about how I'm going to. Okay, I'm just going to copy what's here, and then I'm going to explain. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy what's here, and I'm going to explain. So we are not going to waste so much time. You can have the full code. Okay, now I guess we have to first import image from Next.js, and we have, where is it? We have to define a state. Okay, the state means, you know what? Let's add the state first, then I'm going to explain. Okay, we are going to add a state to detect, to know when the button is clicked, because the layout and the content of the add to cart button is going to change when it's clicked. So we need to have a state for that. Set click, use state. We are going to set it to false by default. Okay, now I guess, okay, I'm going to delete that. Okay, I should import use state. Import use state. What's going on? Okay, because it's a server component. The component are server by default. So I have to transform it in a client component. And here we go. Okay, we have handle click. We have a bunch of errors. You know what? I'm just going to copy the handle click function here. I'm going to explain everything, okay? Just stay with me. Okay, we have our add to cart button, but apparently it's not like you want it to be, which is normal. We have to style it, and we have to style it. It's in our item. Let's go back to our item. I have another. Oh, what's going on? Okay, let's style our item. We have add to cart button over there. But yes, let's add that here. Okay, nice. Now let's add that here. Okay, so border side. Okay, I have to convert it to a client component. You know what? As I said, what I'm going to do next next time I'm going to just do it from scratch instead of doing it first and then redo it, because okay, now I can copy this, put it there. Just stay with me, I'm going to explain everything. Next time we are going, okay, it's perfect now. Next time we are going to code along together, but just stay with me now. So, now we have our layout. I'm going to explain to you what I did, okay? Our add to cart button, this is the default add to cart. That's what it looks like, default. But when I click on it, it should change, okay? When I click on it, it should, let's show you the original one, yes. When I click on it, we should have this. The content and the layout is going to change. So what I did, I defined a state, clicked, which is there. We have use state, click there. So in here, I verify if the user clicked on the button. If he clicked one time, then the layout is going to, this is going to be the layout. But if he didn't click yet, this is going to be the default layout and content, which is this. Okay. Now let's fix that application because you have some errors. We have some errors on add to cart. Okay. Add to cart button. I think I'm going to, let's see. You know what, guys? I'm going to copy paste everything and then explain. I think it's just better, and next time I'm just going to code while I'm doing it from scratch. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to create a store here. This is going to be a global store for our cards. Okay, I'm going to create use card store.tx here, and for this I need to import Zustand. For this I need Zustand component app. Where did I put it? Okay, it's in lib. Use card store. I already have Zustand installed. I have to now import, install Zustand, npm install. Zustand. Okay, let's wait for the complete installation. Perfect. And by the way, if you do that with React 19 in Next.js 15 in React 19, you're going to have a bunch of errors and a bunch of complications. That's why I set up the React to 18 in the beginning of the video. Okay, now we have our card store. I'm going to explain everything. And now let's come back to our add to cart button. Let's copy everything, paste it. Oh. Use cart store. Okay, I think we have an issue here. Okay. Okay, the thing is, okay, I understand what I understand now. You have the app component. Okay, I understand what I did wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I think I'm going to change the. Okay, the lib should be in the app folder. I mean, that's just how I like to do it. Yes, update everything, and the components shouldn't be in the app folder. Yep. Let's wait. It's weird. Hey, you know what? I'm going to just create a new folder. I'm going to create a new folder. Source. There's going to be component. Okay, the lib folder should be in app. Yes. And yeah, I'm just going to import our component here. Move. I'm going to put it there. Yes. And I'm going to move that right there. Perfect. Now we got something right. Let's delete that folder. Okay, now we have a good organization. Let's go back to item. I want to fix some things in item. I'm just gonna copy what I did here and paste it. Perfect. Now we have the good layout. Okay, now I'm going to explain what I did. Okay, first of all, we have our item list component right there, and our item list component contains our item component. Okay, and our item component contains our add to cart component. Okay, we have our add to cart component, and first of all, what I did is I set up a state to know when the user click on the add to cart button, and when he clicks on it, the layout should change and become like that. Okay, not only the layout of the add to cart button should change, but also the border around the item. That's why here in item we have this border style state. Okay, you guys get it? You have this border style state, which means that, and you have this function right there, handle add to cart click, which means when the user click on handle add to cart, it's going to set a new border, just a new border for the item. Okay, and then let's come back to our add to cart button, and then we have a state to track the quantities selected by the user. Okay, and here we have a global state, let's say a store using Zustand. We have a global cell which is going to track the price, the name of the item, the price, and also the quantity. Okay, and it's going to increment. For example, here we have this add to cart. Each time the user is going to click or increment an item, it's going to add it to the cart. We have this function add to cart right there that does that. Then we have to do increment cart item, which is going to increment the global cart item. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing for cart item right there. Just going to copy paste. Where is our cart component? Okay, we have to create the last component, which is going to be model.tx6, and our model is right there. Okay. I know what is the issue. In our source directory, let's create an utilities folders. I mean, we can put it in the lib folder, but I just like to separate things. Path.tx, and this function is just there to help us get the path in production. That's it. Okay, perfect. Now we have, I think we have 2 errors here. Import model from perfect. So as I was saying, here in the store, we are going to track the days. Okay, we are going to track the cart items, which are composed of the name, the quantity, the price, and the total. Okay, we are going to track the cart count right there, the total count right there, and we have a function that's going to, when the user is going to increment or select something, it's going to be added here to the cart. This function does that, and each time I increment, we have a function that increments the global, the total number of items selected. Same thing for the increment, and the reset is when I'm going to, when we confirm our order, we start a new order, it's going to reset everything. Okay, so that's it. You can check the code. I'm going to put the link of the code in the description, and if anything is unclear, you can ask me in the comment. So I don't know, I don't know if it's clear. I think it's clear. I've explained everything. As I say, this tutorial is just there to set the foundations for Next.js 15. For example, how to create components, how to use the image component for Next 15. knowing that by default each component are server components, and if you want to use states or a hook from React, whatever the hook is, you have to make it a client component. But there are many ways to trick it. There are many ways to nest many things to Next.js. But if you understand that, then you understood like most of the steps you have to understand. In the next tutorial, we are going to do a code along, which means I'm not going to do the project before doing it again. I'm going to start from scratch. So you guys are going to see my whole thought process, my whole, let's say, how I work it out, how I use. We are going to use more Copilot as well, because I use a lot of Copilot these days. And yes, that's it. So if maybe I should explain more of the add to cart button. On the add to cart button, we have the decrement button, the plus button, the quantity. Okay, and when the state here is when the user click, so the layout gets changed. This state here is to track the quantity of the item. Okay, this state here is to add to the carts this item when it's selected. This state coming from cart store is to just increment the quantity. When the user click here, it's going to increment the quantity not only in that component, in the item component, but also in the cart components. That's why we need a global store. That's we need a global state, because it's a state. This state is not just in one component in one place. It's going to be used in many components. That's what we need a global state management. So we have the quantity here in the item, and we have also the quantity here in the cart component. Same thing for the decrement, and another thing for resetting. Another state for resetting everything when we want to start a new order. So that's it. That's what it is. The rest are just functions. Adjust functions. For example, here we have the handle quantity change, which I put there. Okay. It's here. It's a function the function that handle the quantity change. For example, we have two parameters, which are the action, increment and decrement. If the action is increment, we are going to set the quantity to +1, the state to +1, and we are going to increment the cart item quantity as well, but using the global function from the global store made with Zustand. So that's it. I'm going to put the link of the code in the description. I hope it was. I guess that maybe you didn't understand everything. It's not an issue. I'm going to post another video, probably in a week, probably in 2 to 3 days, where I'm going to build another project, a little more advanced project. I'm going to do it from scratch. Like, I'm not going to prepare for that. I'm going to just do it from scratch. So we are going to go along in real time. So now let's deploy it and push everything to production. But before, we have to adjust the path. The path in here. Where are my leave folder? Where is my leave folder? I'm looking for my leave folder. And by the way, you guys don't be too rude with me. It's my first tutorial, as I said. I'm going to improve. So if you guys have any area of improvement for me, just feel free to drop a comment. And as I said, it's just going to be a serial 5 videos. After, I'm going to start making vlogs about how I'm developing my startup, and I'm going to share everything about it. So now I have to add components, utils. I believe it's in app. I think yes, it's in app. Okay. I mean, I was looking for the user folder all this time. Path here in data, you have to use the get image path. The get image path function. Okay, because we cannot deploy it with the path just set like that. We need an utility function in production, which is going to be there. I mean, it's just a simple function. Okay? It's just this function. I'm just going to change the name of my repository here. I'm going to put Tudo. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm going to change. Okay. I'm going to copy paste because it's just a get image path that is changing. And yeah, that's it. Now we can push everything to GitHub, and I'm going to show you how to deploy it with GitHub Actions. So git CSS, okay, git add, git commit -m, created. I'm just some other stuff. And now we are going to push git push perfect. Now let's come to a repository. Here we have everything we need. And to deploy, you are just going to come here to GitHub Actions. Oh, nice, it's different now. I'm going to come here. Pages. Okay, I'm going to come to GitHub Pages. We are going to do deploy with GitHub Actions. We are going to configure the workflows. Going to commit changes. Yep. Actions. It's the workflow, it's running, it's deploying our application. It is static application, so we don't need anything extravagant. Okay? Yeah, I mean, we are going to increase the level little by little, and as I say, I have a complete roadmap. If you guys are beginners, intermediates, and you want to first time you're learning, I'm going to put a complete roadmap. The roadmap I took myself. I'm going to put it in the description. So yes, we're just going to wait for the workflow to be completed. Yes. It's pending. Maybe I'm going to probably cut the weight this part of the videos until it's completed, depending of how much time it's going to take. But now it's running. We're just going to wait for the workflow to run. I'm going to refresh. Okay, nice. Now we can go to our actions, deployments, and we can click on our website. Okay, fine. Now we have our application deployed. That was it. It's as simple as that. That's it. It's working perfectly. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. So I would really like to have some feedback on how the tutorial was. I guess some parts weren't clear. If you have questions, you can ask me in the comments, and you can give me some areas of improvement. And yes, let's meet each other in 2 to 3 days when I'm going to upload another video, and it's going to be a code along with me. It's going to be a code along with me. And it's going to be a code along with me. I'm going to start the project from scratch. I'm going to show everything. And another thing is, I live alone in a 3-bedroom apartment, and it's kind of lonely. So I think I'm also going to put my Discord in the description. Maybe I'm going to create a Discord server. If you guys want to link up, if you guys want to hook up, let's build a community. And as I said, it's just going to be a 5-video playlist tutorial. That's it, to master Next.js. And after, I'm just going to start vlogging about my startup. That's it. That was it. Thank you for watching me. And yeah, see you next time.